I'm going to mute everybody now. All right. And so as you come to a comfortable seat, take a moment to adjust yourself, shift, make it more comfortable than it was when you initially sat. So if you've been sitting already, then adjust, move around. Even uncross and recross your legs or sit with your legs not crossed, that's okay too. And then rest your hands. It can be on your legs, it can be fingertips on the floor, but just rest them somewhere. And then let your eyes close and take a couple big breaths, letting yourself tune into your breath as it moves through your body. Observe the effects of your breath. And then start to slow the breath even more by adding a pause at the top of the inhale. And a pause at the bottom of the exhale. And now as you release this work with your breath, bring hands to connect at heart center and gently press them together. Lifting elbows up. Draw shoulder blades onto your back. And take another full deep inhale to sit a little taller. Exhale, bow towards your heart. Then softly opening your eyes, release your hands down. Move your shoulders up and back first, then lift your gaze. And then take right ear to right shoulder. Re-engage your left shoulder blade on your back. Exhale, chin into your chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Re-engage your right shoulder blade. Exhale, chin into your chest. And keep going from side to side a couple times. And each time you come to one side, move the opposite shoulder blade down your back again. One more on each side. And then finish with your chin down in toward your chest. Both shoulder blades are engaging. Gentle shake of your head no toward the ground. Gentle nod of your head toward the ground. Then lift your chin up toward the ceiling and shake your head no. And gentle nods toward the ceiling. Then back into center now. Switch the cross of your legs if you have them crossed. If you don't, then you don't have to switch. And then move your sitting bones. And now reach out for your strap, whatever you're using. And you're going to take your hands out in front of you, a little wider than your shoulders, and then pull against the strap. And then draw shoulder blades onto your back. And then let your shoulder blades come apart, let your shoulders round forward. If you were going to fully round, you'd tuck your chin down, but keep your head lifted. And then shoulder blades on your back, and shoulders forward. Shoulder blades on your back and forward. One more time, on your back and forward. And then draw them onto your back, keep them there, and we're gonna move with our breath. Inhale, arms up overhead, pulling against the strap, keep shoulder blades engaged. Exhale, arms down towards your lap. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up this time and keep them there. Head is back in space. Your low ribs are engaging back. And now you're gonna bend your left elbow, right arm comes out straight. So you'll have to slip one hand down the strap. So now as you come to that place, your strap might be forward or it might be behind your head. Wherever it is, send your head back in space. So if it's behind you, then your head might press against the strap. Move your left elbow back in space and move your left shoulder blade further onto your back. Take a big breath and then move your elbow back again, shoulder blade on your back. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead and exhale the other way. Right elbow bends, left arm reaches out, pull against the strap. Head back and then right elbow back in space, right shoulder blade on your back. Take a full breath. Right elbow back in space. Shoulder blade on your back, one more breath. Good, then inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, bend both elbows and your strap might come behind your head towards your shoulder or it might just come in front of you, that's okay too. Inhale, arms up overhead and exhale, bend elbows. Good, inhale, arms up overhead and exhale, bend elbows. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead, go ahead and set the strap aside and you can roll through shoulders, head side to side. And then back into center now. We're gonna shift forward onto hands and knees. And just for a moment here, we're gonna do a little bit of the scapular push-up stuff. I'm gonna take my sweatshirt off, so maybe you'll have a little bit more of a visual. Hard to say. All right, so hands and knees. Feel free to set something underneath your knees if you would like, but as you root down through palms and fingertips, rotate elbow pits forward and push. Expand into the upper back. Now, as you inhale, you're gonna draw shoulder blades toward each other. Your chest will move toward the ground, but your arms stay straight. As you exhale, push and expand up again. Inhale, shoulder blades toward each other. Exhale, expand up. Inhale, chest down, shoulder blades in. Exhale, expand up. Take 3 more this way with your own breath at your own pace. And then back to a neutral place here, so you're not sinking down and you're not super duper expanded, but right in the center. And now inhale, reach back with your right leg, turn open with your right hip, bend your knee and press your heel toward the left side. Reach through your thigh. It's a little bit of a quad stretch here. And then step right foot to the outside of your right hand. Blocks are always an option here for your hands. So you have your hands on the inside of your right leg. And then your back knee. You can tuck your back toes and walk your back knee back as far as you need for maybe a little bit more quad stretch. But push down with your knee behind you so you have that little bit of lift. And now lift up with the front part of your right foot. And then rotate your knee open to the right side. So you have that pivot point on your heel. Grow longer through your spine. Take a full, big, deep breath. And then bring your foot back to center and set your left hand on the edge of your mat. Can be on a block or the floor, right hand to your knee, and start to take a little bit of a twist to the right side. As you take that twist, shoulder blades get to engage. Take a full deep inhale and exhale here, in and out of your nose. Good, then both hands come back down to your blocks and you'll settle back onto hands and knees and pause for a moment and just move with your breath here in a cat and cow, or you can take some side to side sways of your hips, or you can take some circular motions of your hips. And back to that neutral place again for your spine. And so we're not talking about chest sinking down with shoulder blades hugging or super puffed up, but somewhere in between. And now inhale, reach back with your left leg, turn open with your hip, bend your knee and reach through your thigh. Your heel is pressing toward the right side. Take a deep breath. And then step left foot to the outside of your left hand. Blocks for hands if you want, you don't have to, but tuck your back toes under and walk your right knee back as far as your body is ready for maybe that little extra stretch there through the thigh. Then push the knee down so you're not sinking into the hip, but letting it lift a little. And now lift up with the front part of your left foot and open up. Rotating on the heel, opening through the hip, extend your heart, take a full, big, deep breath. And then bring your foot back into center. And we're setting right hand on the floor or a block on the edge of your mat, left hand to your knee. Turn your belly and your heart so you're taking a spinal twist to the left, shoulder blades on your back. Deep breath. And then exhale, both hands come back down to the ground and you're settling back onto hands and knees. And then pause for a moment here to set yourself up. And now remember that rooting down action of your palms and fingertips. And we're not sinking our chest down or lifting it way up, but somewhere in between. Rotate elbow pits and push enough so you feel stable. And then tuck toes, lift hips, downward facing dog. Bend one knee at a time, take a couple of full breaths. And now we did this on Monday. We're going to do this again, and you can use blocks here underneath your hands to help if you would like. But walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale and lengthen partway. Exhale and fold over your legs. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Mountain pose, Savastiti, even balance, full breath. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bent knees, hinge from the hips and fold. Inhale, lengthen partway. Long spine, long front. Exhale and fold. And now bend your knees enough to walk your hands back out to your down dog. Take a full big breath and push from lats out through your hands. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees are always an option, or skipping the vinyasa is always an option. But rotate elbow pits forward and push, extend your front. Exhale, lower. Inhale, curl up and open, expand through the heart, broad collarbones, broad tops of shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Full big breath. And then walk your feet forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach arms and rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Good. Pause, eyes closed, take a moment to feel and notice even balance. Samastitihi. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bent knees, hips back, heart forward, and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant hands, step back, downward facing dog pose, and take a big breath. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Again, knees are always an option. Rotate elbow pits forward and push. Extend your front. Exhale, lower. Inhale, curl up and open as high as your body needs. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Big breath. And then make your way back with your hands towards your feet. Come into that forward fold place at the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. So find your balance onto your left foot. Right toes turn into your tree pose with your right knee. And then as you squeeze your left glute, pick your right foot up to wherever you need it to be. It could be up high on the inner thigh. It can be down low on the calf, just not on the knee joint. Lift your ribs, lift your heart, and stretch. Full breath. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Foot comes back to the ground. Shift to your right foot. Left toes turn sideways, knee turns sideways, and then find your version of tree on this side. High or low with your foot. Opening the knee up, lift your chest and stretch. Big breath. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Foot comes back to the ground. Pause with eyes closed, take a deep breath. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bent knees hinge from the hips and fold. Inhale, lengthen part way, long spine. Exhale and fold. Walk hands forward, coming into your downward facing dog. Pause and take a big breath. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl up and open to your height. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath. And now walking your feet forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bent knees, squeeze your glutes, reach your arms, and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Pause, close your eyes, take a breath. And now softly open your eyes, and we'll take another hip opener for our balance. We're going to come to our standing figure four. If you know that your balance is feeling off today, then you might use a chair or a wall, or stack something in front of you to put your hands on. I sometimes do a stack of my blocks like this. Or you can choose to test that balance a little bit, work on the core, balance on the left leg, cross the right ankle over the left knee. And if your body is saying, oh, heck no, that's not happening, then maybe toes to the other side of your foot instead. So you have a little kickstand on the ground, okay? So now settle your hips back wherever you are. You can do that with your toes on the ground too. Hips back, bending into your standing knee a little bit more. Move inner thighs back, sitting bones back. Hands can come to rest at your shins, at your thighs, at a prop, at a wall. Take a full breath and push back through sitting bones, heart forward. Big breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, foot back to the ground. Give it a little shake. Then find your balance onto your right foot. Cross left ankle over your knee or toes on the other side of your foot. And then start to settle your hips back. Finding that balance here for yourself, wherever that is. Remembering that we're not symmetrical. So where you go on this side might be a little different than where you went on the other. Full big deep breath. Sitting bones back, heart forward, long spine. Full inhale, long deep exhale. Then inhale, rise back up, and exhale, foot back to the ground. Find both feet evenly balanced, hands together at your heart. Close your eyes, Samastitihi. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Pause in your fold. Considerable bend to your knees here, so maybe your belly can rest against your legs. And then maybe hold on to opposite elbows or clasp hands behind the back of your neck. Take a couple moments to move through your spine, move through your sides. And then planting hands and stepping back to your hands and knees, big toes together, knees wide, hips to heels. Take a child's pose. And then gently push yourself up to your seat and come all the way down to sitting bones. And feel free to sit your hips up on something here if your low back tends to round back when we're in a sitting posture. I'm going to put my hips on something today because they feel tighter than usual. So as you find that place for yourself, you're going to create a base with your left leg. So your left knee gets to bend. And then you're going to pick your right leg up. So you're holding on to your knee and foot. Finding that place where you can tilt your belly forward. So if that's tricky right here, then you might just hold on to your foot and use your right fingertips beside you or behind you to help you sit. Give your foot a flex, and then you're doing a little bit of movement here side to side. And now you're either going to hold on to your shin or the outside of your foot with your right hand. You're going to start to turn your foot forward. Your knee is aimed back. Left fingertips become your support now. So press down with your left fingertips and lift your heart up high. And then pull back with your hand on your foot and push forward at the same time with your foot into your hand. So a little resistance there. Flex your foot, make it active. Again, shoulder blades on your back, long spine. big breath. And now staying long through your spine, you can stay right here, or if you'd like to add a little hamstring stretch, you can. Extending your leg long, foot is flexed, and it can be a pretty bent knee place. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. As a matter of fact, a little micro bend is always key. So take a big deep breath, longer spine. Then bend your knee again, foot presses into hand, hand pulls against the foot. And then release, right leg down, switching sides, right leg becomes your base, pick your left leg up. Flex your foot, that's ankle and knee stability here. So you have your foot coming across your body. If you need to use your hand to support you here on the left side, you can. So you can still make that same rocking motion with your leg, working through the hip socket. And the other option here that I didn't say is you can always put your strap around your leg here to help, because sometimes it just needs to be a little further away. And now you're either going to take a hold of your shin or the outside of your foot. You can also use a strap around your foot. So as you turn your knee, so your knee is moving back, your foot is moving forward, your right fingertips become your base, create that resistance. Pull back and push forward, sit tall, all the way down at your pelvis. So a part of that sitting tall is letting your belly tilt forward, your pelvis tilt into that anterior position. So again, pull back, push forward, take a big breath. Stay here if you want, or feel free to extend your leg into that hamstring stretch. And then bend your knee again and create that resistance. Sit tall. And then release your leg, both feet to the ground. And then we're going to make our way all the way onto our backs. And props are handy. And with knees drawing up close to your chest, open your knees wide. And from here, aim your feet toward the ceiling and just wrap hands around the back sides of your thighs. Flex your feet and then tilt your pelvis so that your sitting bones are moving down. And now from that place, keep that tilt of your pelvis and reach up as high as is comfortable. Maybe that's to take the outsides of your feet or the outsides of your shins, or staying at the back sides of your thighs. Find where it is that you can still tilt your pelvis, sitting bones down. If I reach for my feet, that tilt goes away. So I stay a little bit lower. Take a big deep breath and create that resistance. Pull down and push back up. And then if you can maintain that and rock, feel free to. And then set footprints on the ground. Knees drop in together to touch. You can prop with something underneath your knees here if you want. You can grab your blanket for over you, or you can take a roll of your blanket underneath your neck. But begin to set yourself up into your most comfortable resting pose, your Shavasana. As you find that comfortable place, deepen your breath and let your breath help you to be able to soften and release. and let go. A little bit more with every exhale. Begin to take a deeper breath. And slowly, gently add movement into fingers and toes. And as you're ready to bend your knees and roll to your side. And slowly push yourself back up to your seat. Bring hands to connect at heart center. And as you take a full breath here with eyes closed, take a moment to notice throughout your body. Notice the sensations. Notice the energy. Have a beautiful and peaceful day. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.